When you're looking at me juggling here, you think I'm doing something very complicated because it's 3 balls, 2 hands. How can I manage to do that? I never juggle 3 balls. If you understand the principle of juggling is the same principle of implementing a strategy. When you're learning how to juggle, you do 1 ball at a time. That's quite simple, huh? 1 ball, hand to hand. And if you notice, the ball goes into a figure 8 pattern. But then you get 2 balls. And it still is the same thing. It doesn't get any more complicated. I'm juggling 1 ball from my right hand to the left hand, from the left hand to the right hand. If you see, it's a sequence. I'm not juggling 2 balls at a time. I'm doing 1 ball at a time with 2 balls. And then I get 3rd ball. And now it gets complicated, right? The only challenge with 3 balls is this. Release 1 ball with the other in your hand. I'm not a professional juggler, but once you understand this concept, all you need to do is throw 1 ball after the other in sequence. And then you think it's something very complicated or something very easy. And then you can do even other stuff. But when we see a new strategy, we get all those 3 balls. Or let's say we get even 4 balls. And we don't think about managing to do 1 at a time, sequentially learn, first put the foundations in place, and continue. We try to put all the 4 balls at the same time and try to grab, and it's always lost. And it's a confusion. And the strategy is over. We have a lot of problems. So when you're thinking about how can I implement the strategy, it's all about what is the base level. Think about the pyramids. When building the pyramids, the Egyptians could put 2 blocks at the same time, 3 blocks at the same time. But they had to put on the same level. They couldn't build the first block, put the first block here, and at the same time put the top block. Because it would fall. They didn't even have the technology to do that. So what does that represent in your organization? How can you do that? Let's say you implemented the new software. First, buy the software, negotiate a good price for the software. Then you go to the second step, which is not take that software's training and give to your people. Either you yourself or someone for HR. Create a specific training that relates to your company. Not the general one that they have in their website, but create one that uses exactly what you need in your company for those people. So they have a training that is specialized to them with examples that they can understand, with all the functionalities they can understand that they need for their day-to-day job. Not an extra resource, an extra functionality they will never use. So the training becomes a lot more effective. And then what do? You put the next one, which is train them. Train them until they are proficient with that. Once they are proficient, then you switch softwares.